So whatever happened to 5G? What is it that they're not telling us? My name is Dr. Don Paris, author of Regaining Wholeness Through the Subtle Dimensions, which has become the Bible for scalar electromagnetic research through radionics. First off, I'd like to thank all the people that ordered their free BioArc disc. We had over 5,000 people order and get their free BioArc disc. And of course, I'd like to thank all the people that upgraded and got the large BioArc disc as well and told their friends and family about it. I really do appreciate it. We've had really great feedback from everybody about the BioArc disc. Here are just a couple of comments, and I'll read these to you. Thank you, Beth and all. Beth is our office manager. I've received my products as ordered. I appreciated your quick response. I would appreciate some literature, including a price list, as I'm certain there will be interest from future customers. I immediately noticed that my eyes have not been tearing and feeling of tiredness from exposure to my cell phone, and that's already absent. That was from Claude. And here's one from Minnie. I use the BioArc disc to make my water coherent, and it really works. I experimented by tasting regular tap water versus filtered water versus tap water on the disc versus filtered water on the disc. The BioArc disc really does make both water taste smooth and fresh, and it doesn't take long at all, maybe a minute. I'm trying to drink only water that I've put on the disc. I also have had trouble with sleep for several years since I started menopause. I put the disc under my bed at night, and I've been sleeping really well, and I'm remembering my dreams again. If I wake up in the middle of the night, I put my Chi organizer on, and I fall right back to sleep. That was from Minnie. We have tons more like this. And if you haven't already gotten your free BioArc disc, I recommend you get it right away, because at the end of the month we're going to close this special offer for the free disc. Well, while everyone was being in lockdown, and I understand why they didn't call it locked up, although it felt that way, a lot has been going on with 5G. I think too many people started figuring out what they were doing, installing 5G everywhere in all the schools. There's been a lot of reports all over the country that while everyone was in lockdown, they were busily installing 5G all around the country in the schools.
Then on the 23rd of March is a Senate bill fast-tracking House Resolution 4998. That's Senate Bill 893, Secure 5G and Beyond Act of 2020, 116th Congress again. The above legislation items are for the removal of 5G made by China through Huawei and Apple that run at 60 gigahertz. The reason this is important is 60 gigahertz is the resonant frequency of the oxygen atom, which causes the water molecules, two oxygen atoms, to spin, causing the water molecule to vibrate very fast and heat up. In the human body, this means two things. The lungs cannot absorb the water, and so the person literally, their lungs fill up with the water and they drown in their own fluids. Secondly, the water heats up within the internal organs, and like what we saw in China happening, where people suddenly fall over dead because their organs are exploding and they bleed out their mouth, their eyes, and their ears, like we saw in China and in other countries with the Huawei Apple 5G. So
now, I can't say for sure that they started the riots to take everyone's attention off of 5G, but I can tell you that as soon as those riots started, my emails almost stopped of people asking me about 5G and what they could do about it. Everyone's attention just shifted over to the riots and all what was going on, and perhaps understandably so. Is that just a coincidence? Well, it could be, and I guess we won't really know the truth about what was going on behind the scenes. Another thing that's happened is that YouTube and Facebook and Google have been censoring information about 5G in relationship to the virus. I can't use the word, otherwise if I put those in the video, YouTube will actually delete my video. I've also had some ads rejected from Google and from Facebook until I got the words politically correct about how great 5G is. Now, last year, you could have Googled what's new in 5G, and you would have gotten a balanced report of what's good about 5G and people's concerns about 5G. But now it's just happy news about 5G. And now, even when you put a search word into Google like dangers of 5G, 90% of the articles will come up saying that the dangers of 5G are unfounded and actually ridiculous and some part of a conspiracy theory. If you haven't already gone through my video series on how to reduce your EMF pollution and protect yourself from 5G and EMF, I suggest you do that right away. You can go to emf5gfix.com and sign up for that video series. It's free, and I've got a lot of tips and tricks in there about how to reduce your exposure to these harmful EMF frequencies. And from there, you can order your free disc. Now, you can only order one free disc, so if you've already gotten your free disc, it won't allow you to do that again. But if you haven't ordered it yet, go ahead and order your free disc just for the cost of shipping and handling, $2.99, and we'll ship it anywhere in the world that we're allowed to. Now, we did have a lot of issues with certain countries. Like, for example, in South Africa, all of a sudden, mail wasn't going to South Africa because of the lockdown and the virus problem. And other countries showed up as well, like the Philippines. And this was changing from week to week, so sometimes we sent out the free disc and then it would come back to us. There are still countries on that list that things are not going to. But check at USPS.com and look for any countries that we cannot ship from the USA. But if your country's not on there, go ahead and order your free disc. Now, on another topic, here in Bali, they're not going to allow tourists to come in from outside the country until sometime next year. Here at Shambhala Oceanside Retreat, we haven't had a guest since March. So we have 36 employees, and we've been paying them salary out of our pocket every month. And we've tried to think about what we could do to help our employees stay employed and not send them home like most of the other hotels have done here in Bali. So we tossed around different ideas, like maybe they could put some beads on some t-shirts and we could sell some t-shirts, or make some things out of bamboo and export them. We came up with a lot of different ideas, but what we found was by exporting anything, basically we had to deal with the mail problem. And like I said, with the BioArc disc, we had a lot of issues with mailing things, and also it's expensive. So we came up with this new idea. Now check this out. What is Bali really, really good about? What are the people of Bali excellent at? And it's not the beaches, and as you'll see in the film, it's not the restaurants. But what they're really, really good at is doing their daily blessings. And they do blessings 3 times a day, in addition to all of the ceremonies that they have, which are, I think, 370 ceremonies a year. So that's more than one a day. Sometimes they have to stack them up and have more than one in a day. They've got 1 million ceremonies for everything. So we came up with this idea. How about we get people to donate like 20 euros a month, that's about 25 bucks, and we'll send them a blessing once a week, and actually we'll make the video of it and send you the video of your blessing, your personal blessing. It'll be done just for you once a week, every week for 4 weeks. And for 25 bucks of a donation, that would help feed our families. We've got 36 employees here. And so we started this idea, and we got a few people going, and it's just been phenomenal. It's just amazing. So I'm going to show you just this short 2-minute film. Watch this 2-minute film and see what you think.
Om Swastiastu. Blessings from Bali. Do you know what Bali is renowned for? I'm not talking about the beaches, the volcano, the dolphins. I'm talking about Bali being known for the island of the gods. For the Bali people, prayers are paramount to daily life. To keep the balance of the inner and the outer world. We know that all of us right now around the planet are going through some challenging times, and maybe you would like to have some of that help and support of the balance brought into your life. That's why we have come up with a win-win situation where you receive a weekly Bali blessing from our staff made just for you. You receive blessings once a week for 20 euros only. To focus on your wishes and to focus on your soul and heart. 36 of our Bali angels here at Shambhala are able to feed their families with your donation of 20 euros a month. So I ask you to join us, spread this information to your family and friends. We would greatly appreciate it so we can bring some of the magic of Bali into your daily life and maybe see you one day here at Shambhala. Namaste.
So for the cost of going to Starbucks probably twice, you can get a blast of positive energy each week for a month from one of our Bali angels. Now, here's a short clip of part of a blessing, and you can see how it's done.
Om Swastiastu. Dear Marion, my name is Tika. This is your blessing ceremony from Shambhala to you. Please focus with me now on your blessing ceremony. Think of a wish or a prayer in your heart. I will begin with the part 1 of my blessing ceremony now.
Wow, isn't that absolutely beautiful? Ah. Thank you very much for taking your time to go through all these different videos. If you haven't done so, go and start at the beginning and go through all the different videos about how to reduce your EMF exposure. There are a lot of gems in there, and a lot of people have reported really good results from practicing these simple steps. And please, take a moment to go to the website baliblessing.com and sign up and start getting your blast of positive energy each week from one of our Bali angels. Thank you so much, and namaste from Bali.